welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Maddie, and in today's video I am going to be answering all your guys' questions about my freshman year. If you guys didn't know, I just finished my freshman year at San Diego State University, and I will be going into my second year coming this fall. And I asked you guys a few weeks ago to ask me questions on my Instagram, things just about college, anything you guys wanted to know, and personally my freshman year experience. So I'm going to be answering those questions in that video, and I'm trying to like figure out a way to set up my camera in my car, but it's kind of hard because of my steering wheel, so just bear with me. But I have my Starbucks, I'm ready to go. So grab a snack, relax, and let's get into the video. So all of my questions are just here. I have like screenshots of them, and I'm just going to jump into answering them. So first question is, how was the adjustment of moving from a small town in NorCal to a larger city in SoCal? So if some of my viewers who didn't know, I'm from a really small town in Northern California. I mean, it's not like super small or anything, but it's pretty small. Basically, like, I know a lot of people who grow up in my town would kind of be able to relate to this, and when you grow up in a small town, like, you just want to leave like as soon as possible. So when it came time to go to college, I was kind of just like, whatever, I just wanted to go far away as possible. And when I ended up getting to college, it was great the first few weeks, and then it really hit me that I missed home and I missed where I came from. So I think the hardest part was missing my family and missing home, just because I'm so used to being in a small town. I can literally get like to and from Target in like 10 minutes maybe, if there's a little bit of traffic with school getting out. But in San Diego, going to Target is like an hour trip because you have to get on the freeway to go to anything, where here you can just like take back roads everywhere. And I think that's the one thing I missed most about home, was coming from a small town. You can just go out for a drive on the back roads, get to places in the back roads, and there's no such thing as like back roads in San Diego. It's literally all freeways. So it's just a lot more laid back here, and up there is a lot just more fast paced. So I think the adjustment was kind of hard, but after a year I think I'm kind of getting used to it more, and I'm a little more adjusted to it now. Next question is, would you recommend SDSU? And if you guys hear that sound, it's my car. I'm sorry, it makes like weird noises when the AC is on, and it's freaking hot here, so the AC is on. So would I recommend SDSU? And I'm gonna make a whole different video about like the truth about SDSU, or like things I wish I knew before I went there. Yes, I would recommend it. I think it's a really good school. I've had like a lot of great professors, a lot of great classes in that aspect, but like social aspect, it kind of depends. Like if you're somebody who's like knows you want to go into Greek life when you go into college, then like, yeah, definitely. But if you're somebody like me who's like a little more laid back, doesn't really like that kind of stuff, kind of more like likes a small group of friends, kind of to themselves, then maybe not, just because SDSU is just, the Greek life is so big at our school that it kind of feels like you're an outcast if you're not involved in it. Next question is, what was the dorm experience like? Please answer, this is my dream school. So as for dorms, it was a really shitty experience, and I know they actually changed the dorm situation at our school. I know how it worked was a freshman can kind of get like any dorm. There was like 2 or 3 dorms that had their own bathrooms, and then the rest had communal bathrooms. Some dorms were bigger than others and some were not. I happened to get really lucky. Originally I got a really small dorm, and I had a communal bathroom, and I ended up switching dorms to a different one where I got a bigger room and a bathroom in my room. And I know they changed that, so my class was the last year to have that, so now every single freshman has a small room with communal bathrooms, and sophomores, if they don't get apartments and they decide to live on campus in dorms again, they get the dorms with their own bathrooms in it. And the whole like second year living situation is a whole different story if you guys want me to get into that in a different video. But as for first year, they're really not that bad. Like, they're all pretty much in the same area, so like everyone has the same kind of distant walk to school, except for like Chappie. Chappie's really far, but they're building a second dorm next to Chappie, so now like 2 different like halls are gonna have to walk a long distance, which is kind of nice because now there's not only like one, you know, dorm that's like outcasted, which will be nice. But I think my biggest advice for incoming freshmen when it comes to dorms is, most of the time you're not gonna get a double, and I didn't know this. Most of the dorms at San Diego State are triples, and they don't really tell you that whenever you guys are like picking what kind of dorms you wanna live in, picking your roommates. And my roommate and I thought we were gonna get a double because I don't know, I've watched college videos and seen like movies, and everyone pretty much has a double. And we ended up not getting a double, we ended up getting a triple, and we got a third random person thrown in with us. So it was kind of awkward because we already built a friendship and we had like met each other online, and then we have like this random person thrown in with us who like has no idea who either of us are. So it was kind of weird. So I think my biggest recommendation is most of the time I would just pick a triple just to be safe, and I would pick 2 other roommates. Unless you want to go random, that's totally fine, but I know they have like Instagram pages and Facebook pages that you could like meet people and find roommates. And if you happen to find roommates, I would just try to find 2 just to be safe so you all can be together. If you guys want to go for it and try to get a double, then go for it. I actually had a friend that ended up getting a double, but a lot of people end up getting triples, and that's just kind of how it works here. Also, you don't get to pick your dorm. I know I had a friend that went to Chico and they said that like you get to kind of rank your dorm halls, like which one you want first, which one you want second, and that's not how it works at our school. You just get placed in a random dorm, but you do get to pick your room style. So like first if you want a double, second if you want a triple, third if you want a single or a quad, and you kind of just like rank it that way, but you can't actually rank what dorm hall you want to be in. Next question is spill the tea on your roommate. So I'm just kind of gonna, you know, make this story short and sweet because there is a longer version to it. Basically, I got a bunch of my clothes stolen, and when I called her out on it, she said that she didn't have them, and then I ended up catching her wearing them and then posting Instagram pictures in them. So moral of the story, she stole my clothes and we are not friends anymore. We literally have not talked in like 6 months, and I have her blocked on everything. Next question is, are you in any sorority? If not, would you consider rushing? Why or why not? So I've kind of had mixed feelings about this both semesters. At first I regret that I didn't rush because I didn't realize how big like Greek life is at our school, and then I realized that I didn't really care and it's not really something I'm into. So in a sense, yes, I kind of wish I would have rushed for the social aspect, but being in a sorority, no, it's not really my thing. I just had a really hard time making friends first semester, and I got just really depressed and didn't really have anyone there except for my roommate because we stopped being friends second semester. So first semester we were fine, she was literally my only friend, and I just feel like it's kind of hard to make friends if you're not involved in Greek life. You just have to put yourself out there a lot more than you would if you were rushing. And I ended up finding like my 2 best girlfriends second semester, and both of them are not in sororities either, so like we all have like our little small group of friends, which is perfectly fine, and I'm happy now. So in a sense, I regret it for the social aspect and wishing I would have met friends sooner, but in a way, no, because it's just a lot of responsibility and obligations, and I just don't really have the time to do that with school and working full-time. I can't really commit to something like that. Next question is, how was the first day of class? So I actually had a lot of anxiety just because I was always super nervous whenever it came to high school, and just school in general. Before college, I was always nervous for the first day, and especially at college because the campus is so big and you have no idea where classes are. So the night before, my roommate and I actually went around and kind of like found our classes. But the first day ended up being really good. They had like a bunch of booths set up on campus, and they do this for the first day of every semester. So if you need to find a class, you can go up to the booth and ask them. They will direct you in the right way. So that was super helpful. And they do that, like I said, at the beginning of every semester. So like spring semester and fall semester, they do that. So it's really helpful to have somebody kind of guide you in the right direction. So that was really helpful. And I don't really think it was really that bad since there are people out there helping us. So I didn't get lost. And as for social aspect, I mean, everyone's quiet like the first couple of days because nobody really knows anyone. Spring semester was different because I already had friends that I built relationships with, so in most of my classes I knew at least 1 or 2 people, so it was fine. But like the first day of fall semester was like really nerve-wracking because I knew absolutely nobody. Next question is, what's the best way to study? So this is something that I'm still struggling with. I struggled so much my first year with studying. I'm the type of person where I can study for literally 7 hours straight and I will still fail the test the next day. And in high school, I could literally study like the night before, be fine and ace the test. And in college, it's not the case. So I realized that for me, when it comes to studying, I start studying like the week before the test, and I just do small amounts every day. And then the night before the test, I go over everything one more time. And then I get a higher grade, because if I cram everything the night before, I don't remember it and I'm exhausted in the morning, and I most of the time fail the test. Next question is, should you do online classes? So for your first semester, I would not recommend online classes because it's a very big adjustment getting used to college just in general. I did online classes my second semester and I personally love them. I think they're great just because you can do it at your own pace, and I don't know, you don't have to go to class. It's nice, so I like them. A lot of people don't because they think it's hard to learn and they just can't watch the lectures. I love them. I'm actually taking 12 online units right now, so I'm taking 4 online summer classes just so I can get ahead, and I love it. I think it's easy. I like it because I like to personally pace myself and not have like different things to do every day. I like to get all my work like on a Monday and do it whenever I want throughout the week and have it due on a Sunday. Most of the time I get it done on Mondays and Tuesdays, so then the rest of the week I have nothing to do. So I like online classes for pacing myself. They're not for everyone, but if you're somebody who likes to just, you know, be on your own, do your homework at your own pace, or just like get it all done in the beginning and then not worry about it, then yes, I would recommend online classes. Next question is, was it easy to find a job in a new city? And in a way, some of my friends said no, but I say yes just because I've always been the type of person that if I want a job, I'm gonna go get a job and I don't care where I get it. I've never had trouble finding jobs. Like when I want something, I make sure it happens and I set my mind to it, and I think that was the case with finding a job as well. I knew I wanted a job, so I started looking as soon as I graduated, and I ended up finding one like a month or two before I went to college. I had a job when I got there. So just look early and start applying early. I know it's hard because you can't personally go in for interviews because you're not there yet, but once you get there, go in for an interview. Just look early, because if you really want a job, you can find one. Especially in a big city, there's always places hiring. And the last question is, what were your biggest struggles? So as I mentioned previously, I think my biggest struggle was just being away from home. It was very hard to adjust to a new place, especially when you don't know anybody. Like, you know, moving somewhere new with your family is a little different because like you have people there, you have your family there, you don't feel so alone, but like actually picking up and moving somewhere totally different by yourself with nobody you know, you're just alone, is very difficult. It's hard to adjust, to make friends, and just kind of get familiar with somewhere new with no one's help. So I just think being away from home and overall adjusting to San Diego was probably my biggest struggle. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and if you guys have any other questions about college, make sure to leave them down below. And also comment down below what video you guys want to see next. If you guys want to see more college videos, life advice, or anything like that, definitely let me know in the comment. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Let me fuck you right.